Guys, welcome to my first video. Today I'll be discussing some cool tricks in math. Alright, so let's get started. Just so you know, I'm getting most of this stuff from this book, Secrets of Mental Math by Arthur Benjamin. It's really interesting. You should check it out. Alright, so the first trick we're going to learn is how to multiply anything by 11. Now, this is a really cool trick, and I've always wondered how this was done, so here's how you do it. So let's say you have a number 45, okay, 45, and you want to multiply it by 11. Now, the trick you want to do here is, well, let's understand why it works first. Ready? 11 is 10 plus 1, right? Right, so 11 equals 10 plus 1. So this is basically 45 times 10 plus 45 times 1. Alright, if we write that down, 45 times 10 would be 450, as you just added 0 at the end. 45. Now, if you add this together, you notice you get 495. And you might notice something. 495 is 4, 5, and 4 plus 5 in the middle. So let's see if this works with another one. Let's say 23. Okay, 230 and 23. And you can pretty much see that it works again. 3, 5, and then 2. Why don't you give a few minutes to see if you can see why this works. Alright, now that you're back, well, you can see that every time the last number winds up with the first number, and you just end up adding them together. So this just becomes the sum of the two. And now the last two numbers, since this is a 200, it'll always be in the front and nothing will disturb it, so it'll just be a 2. And this 3 will always be in the end, and the 0 up top won't disturb it, so it's just a 3. So anything times 11, let's say the digits are AB. Not the numbers A times B, it's A, B is the digits. Times 11 equals A, this is the hundredth digit, and then A plus B, and then B. What you will see though, however, is this doesn't work for all numbers. For example, let's say you had 59. If you try to do this, then you get 5, and then you add them together, but it's 14. You don't put 14 here, because that would be way too big. It's obviously not right. But instead what you do is, since this is greater than 10, what you do is it's 14. You add 1 to this, the tens place, and it becomes plus 5. So it's 6 now, and this 4 just goes down. So instead of being 5149, you sort of add these together. 5 plus 1, which is 6, 4, 9. And this makes sense too, because so you had 590 and 59. Add them together. This 9 stay here, but this 9 plus 5 is 14, and you only can put a 4 here, and yet that's carry over the 1 here, and that's why you add 1 over here. 6, 4, 9. Alright, why don't you try to solve this one on your own? Alright, so let's try to solve. 7 plus 8 is 15, which is greater than 1. So it's instead of 7158, it's going to be instead 7 plus 1, which is 8. 5, 8. If you do run that in the calculator, it does work. Alright. You can't do this with anything other than 2 digits, and it has to be 11, not 101. But there's actually other ways to do it with if it's 3 digits or higher. Alright, next trick. How to solve anything if it's a square of something ending in 5. Well, we all know 5 squared equals 25. But what about 15 squared? Well, we could just solve this out. There's an easy trick. You take the leading digit, which is a 1, and you multiply it by that number plus 1. Make sure you put parentheses, which would be 2, right? So now you have a 2, and you always at the end add 25. Okay, so this would be 2, 2, 5. So let's say you add 75 squared. What would you do? Well, 7 times 7 plus 1, which is 7 times 8 is 56. And you always add a 25 at the end. So this would be 5, 6, 2, 5. Now I want you to think about why this actually works. Obviously you could, just brute force it every time, but there's a reason why this works, and that's what I want you to tell me in the comment section down below. Thank you guys. Subscribe. It's my first video. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. And I'll see you next time.